joke, sir.
Probably so. Probably so. Maybe it's a light-hearted statement. Yes.
Henry.
Secretary Igso Yolanda ho, anong ilalatag na ngayon ng Duterte administration sa pabahay, livelihood, sa mga tagal nang hinihinging tulong ng mga biktima ng Yolanda? Anong
I think that's part of the report that Judy Taguivalo is going to is finalizing and laying out. So we'll as soon as the report is made clear and final, then we can discuss that.
meron na ba tayong a certain amount na pinag-usapan sa palasyo kung magkano ang ilalabas na pondo ng gobyerno para sa Yolanda?
But I don't have the amount for that. Okay.
Thank you, Henry. Nel Maribuhok to be followed by Marlon.
Sir, suportado po ba ng Malacanang yung version ng lower house na emergency powers? Dahil kahapon idinitalya nila yung nilalaman ng emergency powers. It includes yung preventing lower courts to issue TRO on programs to para sa traffic programs, traffic crisis. Then yung rationalization of PUBs. Supportive po ba tayo dun sa
It will have to go through Sectogades opinion, and so we'll just have to wait until they come up with the final statement.
But are we on target? Kasi by December yata ang kanilang target to pass the emergency powers nung
Well, yeah, I suppose we're still on target, considering that we're still November. December is coming up. Thank you.
Thank you, Nel. Marlon to be followed by Raymond. Bombo, Tinasa.
Sir, how do you respond to criticisms that the brazenness of the killing of Mayor Espinosa and other drug suspects who are already detained or already in custody were actually a result of the president's remarks about the drug war and about
You know, the death of Mr. Espinosa does not add to the gain of the government nor to the president. There's nothing to gain in that situation. So it's something that really needs to be examined and investigated properly.
do you think, sir, the policemen or behind those killings, not only of the death of Mayor Espinosa, but of others na nahuli na, but they were killed while in custody. Do you think that's directly a result of yung mga strong statements ni Presidente in public?
I think the
Na
best.
papatayin niya yung drug pusher.
I think the better thing is to really refer to this as part of the. This is aside from this. This is already opinion, but what does the president have to gain from what is to gain from having those people allowed to be killed while in custody? So the better part of the understanding of these matters would be to consider that these are part of internecine killings, drug-related deaths, drug trade-related deaths. So it's not a question of being incited by. I don't being incited by the words of the president. I think these are actually actions taken by certain parties who are interested in the elimination of those parties who are being decimated.
But ilan na, sir, there are several cases already of yung persons are already in custody, they're already arrested, and yet they're still what Senator Lacson said, they're summarily executed.
I think that's an unfortunate way of describing the situation, because that would assume that those people are being killed because of state sanction. So it really is not. It's not the best part of. It's not the best way to describe the situation. Thank you.
Raymond Tinasa. Microphone, Ace, please. Ace. Thank you.
Last question, please.
Hi, sir. Good noon.
Yes.
Good morning. Sir, na-clarify na ba sa PNP or NBI?
Come again.
Na-clarify na ba sa PNP or even sa NBI yung nireport ni President previously na 6 cases of kidnapping in Binondo over the past 3 weeks? Kasi parang it appears na parang yung NCRPO are parang blinded or they know where to find these cases daw.
I think based on the Senator Lacson report yesterday, statement yesterday, I think it's already, there is an acknowledgement that the situation, it really exists.
Sir, doon sa cancellation of the purchase order of the 26,000 assault rifle from US, categorical, what was the real reason? Is it because of the alleged parang pagharang ni Senator Cardin, or it's the necessity of not buying, or not that, or it's because of not actually necessary to buy new weapons for the PNP?
Well, based on the statement of the president, he said he could look elsewhere. So in other words, an alternative is being provided, although it's not necessary that he may actually purchase the whole 26,000, because he said, what's the cost, what's the reason for actually loading up on artillery?
Yeah, so it's actually, yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
So it was actually cancelled because it is US.
That's your statement. That's not my statement.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Dali
you.
muna natin sila sa event sa Shangri-La with Secretary Rodolfo Salalima.
So we now have some words from the greatest sponsor. The greatest sponsor is Malacanang, and we need to hear from the office of the president. And the person who will deliver the address from the office of the president is someone I knew quite well when I became the secretary of the DICT. Because during cabinet meetings, we are seatmates together with Secretary Andanar, Mr. Frenia, and the budget secretary. This person is not only human. To my mind, he is very humane in his dealings with us. This person is very good-natured. He is a very, very balanced person, very rational. Ladies and gentlemen, I present now to you the defender of the faith, the defender of Malacanang, the presidential spokesperson, Secretary Ernesto Abella.
Secretary Rodolfo Salalima of the Department of Information and Communication Technology, Honorable Congressman Cesar Sarmiento, Chair of the House Committee on Transportation, Executive Director Julito Vitriolo of the Commission on Higher Education, Undersecretary Eliseo Rio of the DICT, Undersecretary Dennis Villorente of the DICT, industry partners, media, and fellow public servants, good morning. In his first State of the Nation address, President Rodrigo Duterte addressed the national traffic situation and called it a crisis, saying, "Congestion impedes the mobility of people, goods, and services, and threatens the livability of our cities." He also urged government agencies to make use of the computers, which is his graphic way of saying that government needs to leapfrog into the information age and make full use of information technology to deliver more efficient public service. Metro Manila's massive traffic gridlock costs the economy, according to studies, 2.4 billion pesos a day in business losses, opportunity costs, high personal expenses, and lost income owing to the loss of time and decreased productivity. These are monies that we can ill afford to lose, and which we propose can be plowed back into productive use through the societal applications of ICT, information and communication technology solutions. Our workers, employees, business, households, and students spend many unproductive hours on the road, not only in Metro Manila but also in the highly urbanized areas of Rizal, Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, and Metro Cebu. The root cause being the lack of roads and inadequate mass transport system. While we expect the needed public infrastructures to be addressed within a few years, the negative economic results caused by massive traffic jams cannot wait that long. Information technology can provide the necessary intervention. For example, employees can telecommute instead of physically traveling and thereby help unclog blocked traffic arteries. In its different forms, telecommuting refers to teleworking, telepresence, telelearning. Through teleworking, the employee utilizes communications and IT solutions so he or she can work from home or an alternative work site as they would in the traditional workplace. Through telepresence, small groups can have face-to-face meetings through video conferencing and remote presence technology. Education can greatly benefit from telelearning technology. Public schools and government learning centers can allow students and faculty to hold classes and school activities without being physically together on campus. This is especially helpful for community-based learning, TESDA courses, and continuing adult education. In this regard, the ICT is leading government-wide telecommuting efforts. Since telecommuting technology is broadband internet-based, the ICT is facilitating and accelerating public access to the internet by expanding the broadband structure throughout the country, ensuring connectivity and lower costs for high-speed remote and mobile access. To promote the concept of telecommuting, it is important to have significant public-private partnership and a public policy enabling environment. For example, the private sector in partnership with the government sector aim to develop and provide ICT solutions, lasting systems, ICT-based traffic management, parking management, carpooling, installation of high-speed Wi-Fi zones along congested roads. These incremental efforts to mitigate the traffic crisis as government continues to expand and improve the road network and public transport of the country. The responsibility of providing a more comfortable life for every Filipino, as the President said in his inaugural speech, cannot be done by a single government agency, but only through the collaborative effort of all agencies in partnership with private industries. It harks back to bayanihan, an ancient Filipino value that we need to rediscover as we pull together in our quest to build a nation that serves the Filipino people's interests ahead of personal gain, believing that as we give, so also we receive. We are confident that this forum will be a success with the draft EO to be recommended to the President. We thank the organizing committee, the DICT agencies, the individuals and partners in the industry who have collaborated to make this event possible. Thank you for lightening the load. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Secretary Abella. So, how are you there, sir?
Questions?
You have any question, Malacanang Press Corps? Secretary Salalima, you have question, Marlon?
There's a question over there.
About Vance Fernandez, Secretary Salalima, Malacanang Press Corps, Vance Fernandez.
Hello, sir. Yes, good morning, sir. This is with regards to the BPO industry. I think that the president mentioned last time that we would be able to get out of this BPO industry with the United States. Now, what can this the ICT do with this kind of what you call what can this be the ICT do with this BPO industry in the Philippines?
Secretary Salonina.
Right now we are experiencing audio problems. I think it would be faster if I go there and explain than to use the computing. But this is precisely the problem that we are facing in our country right now. We still have to improve infrastructure so that things like this will be minimized. No? Actually, what happened here is that Malacanang had a fire drill, 9 o'clock in the morning. They cut off all the electricity in the whole compound of Malacanang. And we were doing very fine before 9 o'clock. But when they put all of the power back, then this thing, so we have to more or less consider these things in the way we do things as explained. Thank you very much. Maybe sir, we could do this later with a better reception.
Okay, thanks. Salamat po, Secretary Rodolfo Salalima. Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. Okay, thank you Malacanang Press Corps. Thank you.
Very much, sir. Secretary Abella, thank you very much for gracing our summit.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you Secretary
Thank you. That
Salalima.
ends the